Hi, my name is GS Bailey and I do military drills. And if you like what you see, or if you at least find me mildly entertaining, okay, don't forget to hit like and subscribe down this way. Remember, I'm mirrored. I'm not mirroring myself, so it's kind of iffy for me to figure this all out today. And don't forget to ring that bell because the bell will tell you when the next video in the series is going to be. Now, for this round, I'm working right behind me in Pyware, okay? This is used by a whole lot of people throughout the nation. They have probably some of the best people I've ever known to help you out here, and Dustin and Amanda and all the wonderful folks down there. I know Mark at least used to work down there. I don't know if he still does or not. I haven't heard about him in a long time. But they have great, wonderful people there. And it doesn't mean that if you use Precision or if you use EnVision, then that doesn't mean you're going to be left out. Okay, that means that they're coming later. They're coming later. I'm going to get Pyware out of here first, and then I'm going to hit Precision next from namb.org. Make sure to type that in carefully because we don't want you to go anywhere terrible. And my last one is to go to EnVision. But for today, it's Pyware Day, okay? Number two, the assumption that I'm going to make is that you have a military styled band. You have either inherited one from a previous director, of course, or you just happened to be curious and stumbled into here. And you'd have no idea what to do because guess what? You weren't taught this in college. You're not. Sorry, you're not. You're taught corps, you're taught pageantry, you're not taught military. You're not taught any other style of band because they just expect you to be thrown to the wolves if you get one of them, or they expect you to change the style, which is not going to be done. You had your chance in the 1960s and 70s. You're not changing it now. I happen to know of at least 2 times where band directors were literally ran out of town for changing the style. So you're not going to be the one to do it. Sorry to burst your bubble. Okay. So without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe down there. Don't forget to ring that bell. Don't forget to leave a tip if you find me entertaining. Okay. But for right now, let's jump into Pyware. Okay, here we are, and I'm going to show you the basics here. I'm using an 8:5 grid right now. There is a 6:5 grid in here too, but I'm having issues with it currently. I will either have it fixed or do the next one in Pyware version 7 or 8 or 9. Okay, one of the older versions. I'll do it there if push comes to shove on this and it's not ready. But anyway, I've got a regular block right in here in my grid window. I tend to call this window the grid view. Okay, there's 81 total marchers here. And here I have them in what's called the real view. And you can see here, they're good little figurines, aren't they? Aren't they? They do pretty good. And you see them facing in a certain direction that's not toward the audience. And this is one of those old school traditional items here. For a military band, they're either going this way or going this way. It's very rare, although in my personal opinion, it needs to change because the corps and pageantry bands have kind of done it in for everybody. Okay, sorry, they kind of done it in to have you face the audience like I have in the picture behind me. Okay. So take a look at the picture behind me here and compare it where they're facing the audience, okay? And compare that with what I've got here, which has them face, wait, I'm mirrored. I'm having them face this way. Mirrored, sorry. Okay, got to remember that I'm having to play mirror tricks in order to get things working correctly for the video series, okay? So just remember that. So remember, real view, grid view, real view here, grid view here, okay? If you see a bunch of X's, you're in grid view. If you see a bunch of people, you're in real view. Kind of easy to do. Okay, so this is telling me right here how many grand total I've got, 81 positions. My editing count is 0 because I've not set anything else up yet down in here. Right now, though, if I glide across the field, look at this number right here. This is telling me exactly where I am on the field. Okay, it's exactly where the intersection point is. Okay, where the box intersects, that's what it's telling me. Now, on my grid and in my real view, it's going to feel a little bit backward to you, especially if you come from any kind of a core band experience or a pageantry band. This way is your rank. See what I've highlighted here? That is your rank. And going down this way is your file, single file. Remember that in elementary school? So this way is your file. So, you know, you go behind that person to find the next piece of the file. You go shoulder to shoulder to find the next piece of your rank. Now, you see behind me here where they're facing the audience, we're still going to kind of use. Sorry about that. I had an announcement over the loudspeaker and I didn't want to hear that because that could have violated someone's privacy. Okay, that's what happened. Now, so you see behind me here in this real view picture, I have them facing the audience, facing us, right? So, but it's still the same principle. Your rank is still going to be those lines here, okay? They're still going to be this way. And your file is still going to be this way. It's just a throwback from when it was, but when it was and when everybody was a military band and marched up and down and marched this way and then this way back down the field, just like in Tripping the Color. Or if you go to an East Texas military band, okay? It's just there from that point. But just remember, rank goes up, rank goes this way from home side to visitor side. And files go goalpost to goalpost if you're dealing with a block. Okay, not hard. Now, over here, I've already touched on this a little bit on my count track. If you already know the exact number of counts your song's going to be, put them in. Okay, I will show you how to do page tabs another day. That's what, 2 more videos from now. 2 videos from now. I'll have to go in here to do that. This is my audio center and my playback center. I can play any animation I want. If I do it right now, though, they're just going to be marking time because I don't have them doing anything. Now, this is where I turn on my audio, not where I add the audio, but it's going to warn me right now. There's no audio file because I don't have one yet in there. Okay. Another day we'll do the audio file. I am going to hit no, which is not in all caps like yes is. Okay. Now this is my loop to where I can repeat that animation over and over and over and over and over again. Say there's a collision. I want to be able to see where the collision is. This plays it from first count to the last count. This is my 1 count per space bar. So if I hit that, I can kind of slow things down where it's like, hit the space bar, beat 1, hit space bar, beat 2, hit space bar, beat 3. And then I can finally see where that crash is and fix it. Okay, and here, this is where I can play it a little faster. Okay, so that's my playback and audio center, the count center, the number center, and the pinpoint center. I like to call this the pinpoint center because I like that too. And my real view window, grid view window. This is the production sheet. You see, I just mouse over here because I've got the professional edition. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. If you can fork it out for the pro edition, go for it. If you can't, do basic edition and wait because they run specials all the time to get every single plugin pack and everything you ever wanted. Okay. So if you're on basic edition, we want production sheet, show, and boom, there it goes in its own window. And this is where you add your page tabs that are going to be down here in your count. For right now, though, I'm going to repin it over here so I can mouse over. Okay. Now, here is, sorry about that. I had an issue on my mustache. And if I don't do it right, then it looks like I'm picking my nose and I'm trying to hide that because that's icky. Don't pick your nose. In here, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't today. So here's my selection area. There's the selectors. This is my knife and glue area. This is my plotting area where I'm plotting basically my initial form. Because to do transitions, I tend to use this block here, the transitions area. This is the military plugin pack, which I've got. Of course, why would I not have that? The sketch library and the sketch tool. My text tool, I'm going to show you that one real quick because that only takes like that, okay? Text tool, let's make a box. So one hit, click, make a big as box as you want. Let's say that big, sound good? That sounds good to me. Then you can type it out. Type witty directions here. Okay, so that's where you write it out. I tend to be overly wordy, okay? And then you hit accept to make it stay. Okay, let's say, uh-oh, I made a boo-boo. I don't want to type the word witty in there. Maybe it's offensive to somebody. I don't know. So I'm going to take out witty. I clicked in that box to do it. Boom. Delete that out. Hit accept. Done. If I want to delete the text box, same deal. Text, get in there, and then you hit this delete button, and it will only remove that text box. Okay, and then I'm going to hit accept. This is the prop tool. Don't use it. Military band. This is the arrow tool. I've used this a lot, especially when it comes to plotting out a diamond drill, which I'll show you how to do one day with the traditional tool. It makes it that quick. So look, I can just make an arrow and have it go whatever direction I need it to go. Maybe I have to have it go up that way, or maybe I need to have it go this way or that way, any which way I need to. That's a lot of arrows. If I want to get out of this and not keep that on the field, hit escape. It takes them all out, okay? And as you just saw, I thought I just saw, yeah, they blinked. They blinked in and out. I was right. Okay, this is my performer label tool, whole other day, because I gotta tell you the secret of making them have the right instruments, okay? This is the floor cover tool. If anybody really uses that with the military band, leave a comment. I wanna hear. Because the floor cover is going to be torn to shreds by a military band because of the snapped turns and everything else. Here is the visual tool, and that takes a whole day to itself, okay? So now let's get to our selection area, okay? This is the pointer selector, which I tend to call the squad selector too. I use those terms interchangeably. And watch what happens here when I highlight one person. It's going to highlight this whole rank. Ta-da! Easy squeezy. Now, if I want to select a different rank, say I want to leave this one alone and then do this one for something, I'm holding down the shift key and I'm going to click drag to highlight one member of that squad. Let's just do every other rank there. And later on, I'll do a squad. I'll do a squad breakdown of it. But that's how to do it. If you want to get to groups that are not right there together, that you can't just mouse over all of them like that. If I want to just hit those three, done. Okay. The box tool is next. I love the box tool. I love this and the lasso tool. I'll admit it. I'm a junkie for these two. Because look what happens with the box tool. I'm going to make sure, because the last time I tried to record this, it tried to default back to the other tool. So if I just box over a couple of them, let's just do those four. They're the only ones highlighted. Okay. Lovely stuff. Now, if I right click, it's going to default to the pointer, to the squad selector, the pointer selector, the squad selector, like again, I said again, interchangeable. This is select by profile. I can do a whole lot of stuff. Color, name, symbol, label. If I want to highlight, say, find every single flute, I hit my flute label and it will highlight every single one of them. Okay, right now I don't have anything but an X. So another time when we get to the label tool, I will come back to there, okay? This is the single performer selection tool, which is neat because when you hit them, not only does it highlight them there, look, it puts a little circle underneath them in the real view too. I would love one day to see this refined. a little more to where not only can I hit a single performer like that, but I'd love to be able to hit an entire squad. See, I can't do it. I can only hit one person at a time. I would love to see it hit a squad, okay? And you'll see that's kind of sticky. See, that's kind of sticky when I do performer labels. So if I want to, I don't know if I can right now, but you see here, if I highlight that one person, even if I hit escape to try and cancel it out, they're still highlighted. Okay, so use the highlighter at your own risk, especially if you're trying to make a video, because that's going to keep that one person highlighted. Now, this is my lasso tool right here. This is my favorite. This is another one of my favorites. Now I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. There's the right way and then there's the cheater way. So I'm going to show you the right way first. Okay, the right way first when you lasso. I'm going to make a triangle down here that's not going to be highlighted. Okay. And then I'm going to come around here really, really carefully. I'm going to go as carefully as I can, and just like that. See, there we go. And oh, I messed up. I went 5. Let me redo my lasso here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Now let me come back up here because I didn't highlight my triangle very well. I didn't get this triangle going right. My diagonal here got messed up. My fault. My fault. Sometimes that happens. All you got to do is re-lasso then. Now, there's an easier way to do this, and it's get the hard part done first and then all the way around for the easy part. Okay, so let's get the hard part done first. I'm on my lasso. I'm going to double check, make sure I'm there instead of the pointer, because I don't want to hit a squad. I want to hit this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now what? And it still highlights it. As long as you don't hit anything that you want to exclude, you can whoosh as far as you need to around that field. Okay, and it will still select the right people that you need. Now, from here, this is the keep tool. I've never, ever used this. Tell me in a comment what you use it for. I might find a new use for it, and I might do a whole thing just on the keep tool. Okay. My last piece is here on my knife and glue. This is the reference point, which I don't normally use, and my adjuster editor, which I don't normally use. So I'm going to hit my knife and glue, and I'm going to show you how this is done. And as you can see, we have discovered a bug. They got stripped. I've got strippers on the field right now because they are going back in. I'm going to make like a squad of 4 and a squad of 5 here in each one of my ranks. So I'm going to go and click the 2 where it needs cut. Okay, and this is going to take me a minute because I had to do this. I'm doing this and I have no easier way of doing this. And you can see I can go from either direction, either ones, as long as I hit those 2. Now, when I hit my pointer tool, watch this. I should only be able to get this top half if I get all of it, right? Ta-da. And I should only be able to get this bottom half if I hit them. And I have the pointer tool selected, which I hope I did because I right-clicked on accident. Oh, I got it. Okay. So that's my knife tool. Now, what I wish, what is on my wish list is if I can go like this, click and drag, and just cut through the whole thing so that it can be done easy. And of course, when I do this, I'm hoping they don't strip. So let me hit escape to get out of that for a minute. And as you can see, they put their clothes back on. Now, my last piece for today is the glue tool. Now, typically, if I'm gonna have to glue and make squad and like redo squads or something, I've got to do the whole thing. Okay, so if I hit regroup all, it's gonna break everything you've done. Boom, and it's making like 81 separate dots, 81 separate squads. And again, as you can see, they have stripped down again. They become strippers on the field again. Now, I'm going to show you both ways of doing this. There's like the hard way, and then there's like an easy shortcut way that I showed you a second ago that I wish would work with the knife tool. Okay, so the harder way is to do this and highlight here. And then I'm going to come up here to find the next one because I've already started the pattern going. And it's going to go clear down this line. Okay, I went clear down that line. I'm going to accept it just because even though I've got this clicked, accept each change and stick around and then click on another tool when finished. When I'm done, right click, you're out of it. And I'm on my squad selector, my pointer selector. Now this should get this whole top line. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Beautiful job. Now, the shortcut method for gluing, and some people even in the core world don't know this either. So you remember what I said? You might learn something today. Guess what? You might have learned this. Ready? If I click and drag to hit each performer, they are gluing them in automatically. Done. Done. And I will prove it to you by pointer selecting my next file. And remember, rank file. There's times even I times even I mess up on that. Rank and file, okay? Rank and file. So now, that's where we're going to leave it today. Now, the next time we meet, we're going to hit this block here, okay, which is my plotting tools, basically, my initial plot tools. I will also show you how to change the grid, just in case you have a 6-to-5 group. My 6-to-5 grid is a little messier if you're not in Texas, and we will deal with that. I'll have to talk with Dustin and Dustin Merrill another day about that to maybe try and get a grid that works right with that. And then the video after that, we hit the production sheets, how to add tabs, and then we will go to our editors, okay? And then the next one after that. So we have 1, 2, 3 videos from now, we hit the military plugin pack. That's amazing even for core bands, okay? It has this, and the military plugin pack has the single most powerful tool in the whole app, the traditional tool. It deserves its own full day. It's that over the top needed, okay? And then after that, we'll hit to relabel one day. That takes a whole video of itself. And the visual tool, whole day to itself. Please trust me on that, okay? So until that time, I will make one more video, maybe today. So I might be in the same clothes again, and I might not. But I hope you have a great day and happy drilling. I will see you all later. Bye, everybody.